Good morning, everyone. So our topic for today is separating mixture through evaporation. So today we will explore evaporation and how to separate mixture using it. So for our objective, so at the end of the lesson, learners are expected to define evaporation and explain how it helps in separating mixture. Identify examples of mixtures that can be separated through evaporation.
So class, what's in the picture? If I leave this glass under the sun for several days, what do you think will happen? Correct, it will disappear or evaporate. So here, what's in the picture? What do you think happens to this seawater when it's left under the sun for a long time? Correct. The water evaporates. So, class, what's in the picture? What do you think happens to the water when it boils and steam comes out? Correct. The water evaporates.
Okay, now let's watch this video. And I want you to take note of the materials being used in the experiment. So,
here we have some table salt, a teaspoon and a beaker of warm water. Let's add a teaspoonful of salt to the warm water and give it a stir. As we stir, notice how the salt grains are slowly disappearing in the water. This is happening because the salt is dissolving and becoming part of the water to form a saltwater solution. A solution is when a solid completely mixes and spreads out evenly into a liquid. In a solution, the liquid portion is called the solvent. In this case, water is the solvent, and the dissolved solid is known as the solute. Here, the salt is the solute. Now let's look at how we can get that solid salt back out of the solution. Here we have the saltwater solution in a beaker, along with a ring stand of balls and a burner. When we light the burner, it heats up the solution. This causes the solvent portion, the liquid water, to change its state from a liquid to a gas called water vapor, a process called evaporation. Notice the level of water decreasing as more and more water evaporates into the air. When all of the water has evaporated, it leaves behind the solute, the dissolved salt. So in summary, dissolving salt in warm water creates a solution by evenly distributing the solid solute in the liquid solvent. And heating that solution causes evaporation, which separates out the solute by removing the solvent.
okay, now let's answer this question. Describe how you can separate the salt from the water solution. So you can separate the salt from the saltwater solution by heating up the solution, leaving the salt behind.
Now let's learn more about evaporation. So, the importance of heat. So, heat is a vital for our environment, enabling life and growth. So, heat is important for our life. And the sun's heat is our planet's primary source of energy. And then next, heat supports both living, biotic, and non-living abiotic components of our surroundings. So, this is evaporation. So, non-evaporation is a process of separating mixtures by heating a solution until the solvent evaporates, leaving a solid residue. So the process of evaporation is when heat separates mixtures of solid and liquid. So liquid transforms into gas when heated, illustrating a physical change, just like what you see here. And from the video, that's the previous discussion showed you. So now this is the everyday example of evaporation. So I know that you already experienced this. So when boiling the water, drying clothes, and rainwater drying from the stands here. So now, answer this question. So what is evaporation? Yes, that's right. Evaporation is when the water or the solution is being heated and there's a solvent that remains using it. And what is needed to achieve evaporation process? Yes, that's right. A heat. A heat is the primary source when doing an evaporation or separating mixture using evaporation. And next is give 3 examples of situation where evaporation process was observed. Yes, that's right. When boiling a water and drying a clothes and a water is drying from the rainwater. And now for our assessment.
Now, let's have a short quiz. Get 1 sheet of paper and answer this. So now, let's check. For number 1, the answer is letter C, water evaporated because of, okay, look at this picture. The next one, the answer is drying of water on the table. Number 3, it's evaporation. So for number 4, the correct answer is B, vapor. And the last number, it is called evaporation, letter A. Let's go on to part 2, check or cross. Water cycle, it is check. Using cell phone, X. Pulling a chair, X. Drying or using hair dryer, check. And boiling kamote, X. And for your assignment, give at least 5 examples of how to separate mixture other than evaporation. Write this on your science notebook. That's all. Thank you.